Good morning everyone, my name is Vishwas. Today we are going to study about some question answers of class 10, the chapter light, right? So today we are going to start with question number 31 as we have already done these previous questions in our previous video, and today we are going to do furthermore 30 questions, right? So kindly pay attention towards these questions as they are quite important. So question number 31 is define the focus of a concave mirror. If the radius of curvature of a convex mirror is 30 centimeter, what would be its focal length? So in order to find the focal length, it's very simple formula f is equal to r by 2. So first of all, the question was focus of concave mirror, right? The point on the principal axis where all the rays meet parallel to it meet after reflection is called focus. So basically, that's a point on the principal axis. Focus is a point on the principal axis where all the rays which are parallel to the principal axis meet after reflection from the mirror, right? Okay. Next is distinguish between a real image and virtual image of the object. What type of image is formed by a plane mirror? Second, on a cinema screen. So plane mirror always forms a virtual image, and on cinema screen a real image is formed as it is on the back side of the lens, or you can say on the opposite side where the object has been placed. So if the light rays after the reflection cover to a point to form an image on its own is called real image. That means the image which is actually getting formed on the screen, that is real image, and the image which is imaginary and that is not formed on the screen, we have to work on it in order to extend the rays and form the image. So that's we call as virtual image, right? Next question, draw a ray diagram and state the position, relative size and nature of image formed by a concave mirror when the object is placed at the center of curvature of the mirror. Next is, in this case, what happens is position of the object will be at C, right? So image will also be formed at C. This is the case you have to remember. These certain cases are there that you have to remember, and actually all the cases you have to remember in case of mirror and lens, right? In order to have a better understanding of the concepts. So define refractive index of a transparent medium. What is its unit? Which has higher refractive index, glass or water? So obviously the refractive index will be the ratio of speed of light in free space or in vacuum to the speed of light in given medium. That is known as refractive index, which is denoted by n is equal to c upon v, and it has no unit. It's a unitless quantity, and glass has more refractive index than water because glass is more dense, right? Okay. Next is an object is placed between infinity and the pole of a convex mirror. Draw a ray diagram and also state the position, relative size, and nature of the image formed. So in this case, what is there is an object is placed between infinity and pole. That means an object is placed on the principal axis over here, and one ray is parallel to the principal axis. After striking the mirror, it goes or diverges like this, and we have to extend that ray on the back side of the mirror, and the other ray will pass to the pole and will reflect like this. So this ray we have to extend at the back of mirror where the both the rays will intersect. That is at this point, so there the image will be formed that is denoted by A dash and B dash, right? Okay, virtual erect and diminished image will be there. As you can observe, this image is of smaller size as that of the object and it's virtual and direct also. So what is meant by power of a lens? State and define the SI unit of power of a lens. So power of lens is very simple. The ability of the eye lens to converge or diverge the ray of light after reflection. So it's basically the ability of the eye lens to converge or diverge the ray of light. या तो ये एक पॉइंट पे फोकस करवाएगा या उसे डाइवर्ज करवाएगा, right? So it is defined as the reciprocal of its focal length. So power is basically defined as reciprocal of its focal length also, but we used to write this as a definition of power, the ability of eye lens to converge and or diverge the ray of light after refraction. So P is equal to 1 by F. Second part is what is diopter? The SI unit of power is diopter. And 1 diopter means when the focal length is 100 centimeter. Okay, then power is said to be 1 diopter, or you can say 1 meter also. Power of the combination. In case of combination, what you have to do is you have to add all the powers in order to get the resultant power, right? Okay. Next is, what is the principle of reversibility of light? State that the incident ray of light is parallel to the emergent ray of light. When light rays falls obliquely on a side of a rectangular glass slab. So this we have already done in our notes. So basically what we have to do in this case, first of all we have to draw this diagram. And what is reversibility of light is principle of reversibility. The final path of the ray of light after reflection or refraction is reversed, or the light retraces its एंटायर पाथ, मतलब लाइट रिफ्लेक्शन या रिफ्रैक्शन के बाद उसी पाथ पे जब मूव करना शुरू कर देगी, दैट इज नोन एज रिवर्सिबिलिटी ऑफ लाइट. एंड this is the diagram that shows the reversibility or the rectangular glass slab diagram. In this case, Snell's law has been applied at Q and at R. So Q and R are these points as shown in the figure. So at Q, when we will apply Snell's law, that is sin I by sin R is equal to Ng by Na. We will write it like this, and when at R we are going to apply, so R upon I is equal to Na upon Ng, that is dNA. So in both these cases, what we have obtained is, if the ray retraces its entire path, then the reverse ray will be Ng upon Na, that is sin E by sin R, that will be equal to Ang. Multiplying 2 and 3, so we have to multiply these two equations, and what we will get, the value will be equal to 1. Everything will be cancelled out and it will be equal to 1. So what does it mean? That light is, the path of light is reversible, right? So that is sin I by sin R is equal to sin E by sin R. So sin I is equal to sin E, that is angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence, right? And so next is, what is understood by lateral displacement of light, illustrated with the help of a diagram. List any two factors on which the lateral displacement of a particular substance depends. So lateral displacement is the perpendicular distance between the incident ray produced and the emergent ray. So ये क्या है, एक perpendicular distance है किस किस के बीच में, incident ray और emergent ray के बीच में, that is known as lateral displacement. The lateral displacement depends upon the thickness of the slab and the incident and refraction angles. So basically, this one is we call as lateral displacement, right? Because this much is the distance that the ray have deflected laterally. So this is called as lateral displacement, that is denoted by LP. Next is, if the image formed by a lens is diminished in size and direct for all positions of the object, what is the type of lens? So concave lens will be there because diminished in size and direct image is getting formed. And name the point on which on the lens through which a layer of light passes undeviated. That is very obvious, optical center only. And in this case, an object is placed perpendicular to the principal axis of a convex lens of a convex lens of focal length 20 centimeter. The distance of the object from the lens is 30 centimeter. Find the position, magnification, and nature of the image form. So it's very simple. They are giving you minus 30, if they are giving you 20. So by the formula, that is which formula you will apply, lens formula, because in question there will be lens they are talking about. So 1 by v is equal to 1 by f plus 1 by u, you will obtain here. And after solving, v is come out to be 60 centimeters, so diagram will be somewhat like this, right? Okay, because u is minus 30, somewhere around here, f is 20, so ये 2f और f के बीच में होगा, right? बिकॉज 2f f का डबल होता है, तो ये 40 पे है, ये 20 पे है, तो ये बिल्कुल सेंटर में होगा. and the image will be formed beyond 2f. Now magnification they have told you, that is v by u plus v by u, so 60 upon minus 30, that is minus 2. So inverted image नीचे की तरफ बनेगी but double size की, right? Okay, so image is real, inverted and enlarged. Next question, draw a ray diagram to show the formation of the image of an object placed between infinity and the optical center of a concave lens. So this is the ray diagram between infinity and optical center when the object is placed over here. So one ray will go parallel to the principal axis, that will diverge after refraction from the lens, and the other ray will pass through the optical center, and they both the rays meet at point uh, A dash B dash, that is represented by that's basically the image representation over here. So this point is lying between F and O, and the position of the image in this case will be between F and O, that is optical center, and nature of image will be virtual, erect and diminished. So next part is a concave lens for focal length 15 centimeter and image is 10 centimeter from the lens. So focal length they are giving you 15 and image they are forms an image 10 centimeter from the lens, that is image distance they are giving you. Find the distance of the object from the lens, that is u आपको निकालना है by this formula, right? So u comes out to be minus 30. Magnification v by u because it's case of lens. So minus 10 upon minus is 1 by 3. And next is m, that is negative or positive. M is positive in this case, so image is erect. V is negative, so image is virtual. And M is less than 1, so image is diminished. These things I have already explained you in my notes. So kindly go through that also in order to understand these questions. So with the help of a ray diagram, explain why a convex mirror is preferred over rear view mirrors in motor cars. Because you can see if headlight is somewhere like this, okay. So at point O, what happens in this case is at point O, as you can see in this case, the image is formed over here. So in order to have a larger field of view, we used to have a convex mirror placed in motor cars and motor vehicles. So this increases the basically field of view while using the convex mirror in case of automobiles. And to instruct the ray diagram, we use two light rays as shown. Two light rays as shown, that is to easy to know about their directions after reflection from the lens. List these two rays and state the path of these rays after refraction. Use these two rays to locate the image of an object placed between f and 2f of a convex lens. So basically what happens is they are talking about, sir, we have to take two rays, right? In every ray diagram we are showing two rays, but in actual there are large number of rays that we cannot able to count. But why we are taking two rays? In order to prevent the conjustibility congestion ना हो ज़्यादा, and in order to have a good concept clarity and good figure clarity, right? So two rays की जगह अगर हम 100 rays लेंगे, that will be very difficult to show on the ray diagram that which ray is meeting over there, and the understanding of the concept will be decreased, visibility will be low. So two rays choose from refraction, a ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis, and the other ray will pass through the optical center of the lens. So path of these rays after refraction will be visible. So in case of convex lens, the first ray will pass through the principal focus on the other side of the lens, and in case of concave lens, the rays will appear to diverge or appear to come from the principal focus positioned on the same side of the object. The second ray emerges from the lens without any deviation in its path. So this is the ray diagram for the above mentioned case when the object is placed between 2f and f, and the image will be formed beyond 2f on the other side of the lens. One ray will be going parallel to the principal axis, will meet here with the other ray which is passing or coming from the optical center of the lens. Next is list the sign conventions for reflection of light by spherical mirror. Draw a ray diagram and apply these sign conventions in the determination of a focal length of a spherical mirror which forms a 3 times magnified real image of the object placed 16 centimeter in front of it. So these are the sign conventions for the reflection of light by the spherical mirror that we have already done in notes. I am repeating again. ऑब्जेक्ट इज ऑलवेज प्लेस टू द लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ द मिरर, हमेशा लेफ्ट में पड़ा होगा ऑब्जेक्ट, और सारे डिस्टेंसेस कहाँ से मेजर्ड होंगे, पोल ऑफ द मिरर से. थर्ड वन इज द डिस्टेंसेस व्हिच इज measured right to the principal right to the mirror or lens will be taken as positive, or right to the pole will be taken as positive and to the left will be taken as negative. So in the upward direction, if someone is standing or the object is kept, the upward to the principal axis will be taken as positive, and the downward direction will be taken as negative. So in the numerical part, they are giving you u is equal to minus 16, m is equal to minus 3 for real image, right? So m will be minus v by u because it's mirror. So minus 3 will be there, so v is equal to 3u. That is minus 48 centimeter after putting on the value of u. So using mirror formula, 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. 1 by f will be 1 equal to 1 by minus 48 plus 1 by minus 16. So after taking the LCM part and dividing, f we have obtained as minus 12 centimeter. So negative sign indicates that the mirror is concave in nature, right? Okay. This is the image formation taking place in this question. So object is placed over here, that is between C and F, and the image is formed beyond C on the same side, and it is denoted by A dash B dash. As you can see, the image is of larger size as compared to the object. And let's go to the next question now. To construct a ray diagram, we use two light rays which are chosen. That is easy to know about the directions after. List these two light rays and state the path of these light rays after reflection. Use these light rays to allocate the image formed by the object placed between the center of curvature and focus of the concave mirror. So rays which are chosen to construct ray diagram for reflection are rays parallel to the principal axis, and the other ray will pass through the center of curvature, as we have already done it in uh, previous questions. So next is a ray passing path of these rays after reflection is reflection is point one is after reflection the first ray will pass through the principal focus or appear to diverge in case of a convex mirror, uh, and after reflection the second ray is reflected back along the same path, right? So it will follow the same path. As you can see, the ray passing through the C will follow the same path, and the ray which is parallel to the principal axis will pass through the focus and meet the other ray at this point beyond C. State the type of mirror preferred as rear view mirror, concave we use as shaping mirror, and rear view mirror is convex mirror. The justification is we have already told in previous videos also, and that convex mirror is used as a rear view mirror because in order to have a wider field of view as it is curved outwards, and it produces a red diminished image of the traffic behind the driver. सो ये काफ़ी अच्छी छोटी सी एरिया के अंदर इमेज बना देता है, दैट इज ऑफ द ट्रैफिक विच इज स्टैंडिंग बिहाइंड योर व्हीकल. एंड concave mirror is used as shaving your mirror in order to have a large size image of your face, right? In order to have a better clarity where to shave or where not to, right? Okay, so it will form a virtually erect and enlarged image behind it. Next is list the sign conventions that we followed in case of refraction of light through spherical lenses. Draw a ray diagram and apply these conventions in determining the nature focal length of a spherical lens, which forms 3 times magnified real image. That's the same question, right? So in this way you have to attempt it. So I hope you can able to do that on your own, right? So try it once. This I am leaving for you only. And in the next video, we will come up with certain MCQs. So stay updated, stay safe, stay at your home, and help your parents. By studying, you can help them a lot. So thank you and have a nice day.